to RBY Invitational 6 play-ins. Or not play-in, what am I talking about? Round 1, pairings reveal. Usually, I am joined by my friendly Italian RBY friend Amaranth, but he's unavailable, so I found another legendary Italian RBYer in Marco. How are you doing?
Hello everyone, I'm doing fine, thanks. Quite glad to be here. Most of the times I just get distracted and I miss most of these things, but this time I was paying attention and I'm quite glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, I mean it's an honor. Like you are literally our defending champion from last year. Won a lot of my money. Audio sounds good. This is perfect. Also, like widely considered one of like the best RBYers of all time. I mean, at the very worst, second, if not the absolute best. So it is an honor and a privilege to have you here today to discuss our round one pairings for my favorite tournament on the planet, of course. RBY Invitational 6. Are you excited this year again? I presume you are.
Of course I am. Maybe not at my very best, like this time. I don't have the same energy level, but when it's time, when the ring bells, you have to go.
I mean, when you get that message from me every year, I mean, like it all comes calling back to you. I mean, we got a lot of money on the line, and of course, honor, prestige, and everything. So I'm glad you and then everybody else like returned for this year. Like you don't see a lot of these players playing RBY consistently. Like Serpy, you see join and win every circuit tournament, right? But players like XCal, like I had to really beg him to sign up for RBY World Cup this year. Nails has been long retired. A lot of the other older players like Lush and such, and then you have some of just the non RBY community members at all who play in the tournament, like Solwyn, Mind Gaming, M Dragon. I think plays on RBY World Cup and such. But you have all types of players like RBY legends, up and coming superstars like this is Beer Something's RBY Invitational debut. Vileman finally makes it in. Genesis 7 returns after a long hiatus. So we just have so many different players, and I'm so excited. And this is the first year that round one will be seeded. So I had five of my advisors rank the players, tier them into three separate tiers: tier one, tier two, tier three. For the first round, tier one and tier three players will face off, while tier two players will face off. Any big thoughts about the rankings this year, the tierings we put out?
Well, first of all, I feel like King Bilu is very dangerous. This guy has an open streak, and Tier 3 doesn't tell the whole truth about him. And Mind Gaming should have been at least at Tier 2, in my opinion. I consider him to be a contender, so Tier 2 is where you have contenders like Lush and other guys like Don Eduardo and Dragon, you name it. But tier 3, that's very dangerous also because I'm going to be paired against a tier 3 guy. And when I see my gaming and, uh, well, we were talking about King Bilu, I mean, no disrespect for the other guys, but I saw my gaming playing in Red Bull Yellow World Cup and he was very solid. And again, King Bilu has an open streak, so he is the most dangerous player on the whole bracket, arguably.
Yeah, King Bilu was I think 10-1 in individual games and play-ins, which is pretty crazy. And then Mind Gaming is just like flat out one of the best Pokemon players on Smogon. Like today, I think he has like the sixth highest like official team tournament differential of all time, which is insane. He's the runner up the Smogon Classic last year, and then just like the Germans just seem to keep producing these like all-star level talents. Signs up for World Cup, goes 5-1, was slotted into tiebreaker, which is just insane when you consider the amount of talent Team Germany has. But it's I'm really excited that he's able to join us this year, and we'll see how he goes. And if you want any more information about Mind Gaming or King Bilu, me and others have written, and Marco has written introductions for all 32 participants this year in the commencement thread. So if you want to go on, anyone can go on in there over there and check it out. We got a lot of words about a lot of these players, but I think if you're ready, I'm ready to start spinning and see our first matchup.
Okay, so are we going to start?
Yes, I'm gonna spin right now. We'll start with the tier one
Okay.
people, and we'll see. Let's see. I hope this works. Ooh, the spinning is so
This thing is
fun.
making me anxious.
Our first is looks like it's going to be. It is indeed XCal. RBY
Former
Invitational
champion.
2 champion, yes. Big presence in our RBY World Cup Championship last year. Also won RBY Cup last year. Just an insane talent, and he's not just RBY. Like I know he's played a lot of like GSC, DPP. I think he's playing like Ubers or something strange in the Smogon World Cup this year. But just an insane player. I mean, he is tier one, defending champion and everything. Mind Gaming did call him out, so we'll see if he spin. Who if Mind Gaming gets him? But we'll spin to see now who he will be playing, and it's going to be Vileman. Xcal versus Vileman is
Ooh,
our first.
Wildman.
Karen, what do you think?
Well, I remember Wildman wrote on my wall on Smogon, and he said that he wanted to be part of the next Invitational, and luckily he's in. So he gets the chance to play a former champion in the first round. Not sure that is the warmest welcome you can get, but it happened. So obviously Excal is favorite, but you never know.
No, yeah, we've seen some like
And
pretty
Excal,
crazy upsets. I know
I mean
Vileman. Oh,
Excal,
I know.
Excal is
Yeah,
arguably the first guy who mixed self-destruct and the rest Snorlax, and that's how he won Invitational number 2.
yeah. Just
And this
Vileman
is
was
going to
also.
be important.
Yeah, I know. Vileman was also talking in the chat how he was like so excited to get to play a tier one tie-in, and it is indeed Xcal in round one. So now we'll spin this second one with all the tier two players. We'll spin this twice to see our next matchup. We have. It is going to be Narwhal, another U.S. Northeast player. Last year, it was really strange. ABR and XCal played round one, and then it was Narwhal and ABR, I think, in round two. So at least we won't have, hopefully, we won't have that. And then Narwhal is going to be going up against. Ooh, the spinner is a game changer this year, I will say. I'm a big fan. It is going to be Genesis 7.
Nice. This is going to be close.
Another very exciting one. Narwhal is one of my guys. I won't lie. U.S. Northeast. I think he's just a really absurdly good player when he's locked in, and I'm really excited to see him like get another shot at Invitational. And then Genesis 7. This is his first time playing since Edition 2, so the first time he's played in the era that I've been hosting it. Coming off a pretty absurd year in the circuit. I know he was the runner-up to like Global Championship. I think he was like the runner-up to the circuit, just losing to Laraxel. Great results in the seasonal as well. So I'm glad he is finally getting his shot. And then we'll move back to our tier 1 players. Much fewer names on this wheel. And it's going to be Septros. Only player to have played in every edition and never finished in the bottom half, which is just absurdly impressive. And then they will be going up against. I love spinning. Woo! Spin, spin, spin. Be or something. I believe this is a rematch, like a big RBY Premier League tiebreaker this year. I think they're friends and have talked to each other a lot. So really interesting pairing. I'm hyped for this one.
Well, this is not good news for Pure something. If you go by statistics and past performances, Setros doesn't lose in the first round. So, Pure something, you really need to try hard.
It is a really funny like these players who are making their invitational debut, both Violin and Brie or something. Like since we're seeding it, they just immediately have to play like XK on Septros, which is really funny. Like they finally made it here, and then it's just an immediately super tough pairing round one. So we'll keep going. Back to tier two. Our fourth matchup will begin with
Ooh, nail.
my boy Nails. One of the one of the best overall Pokemon players, honestly, of all time, considering his Smogon and VGC accomplishments. Hasn't been doing much RBY, and really didn't sign up to play in SPL this last year for the first time in like 5 years, and then has been struggling the past couple of years. But Nails is Nails. We'll see who he goes up against. It is going to be Don Eduardo, formerly known as Kennex. A pretty banger matchup.
Ooh.
Rematch of
Yeah, this is
SPL
a
2 years
great
ago.
matchup. Both players are capable of going 6-3 or better in SPL, so these are two very good multi-gen players.
Yeah, I mean Nails has seen a lot of success in Smogon doubles and VGC, and then I think he also plays like DPP Little Cup. Fun fact, and then Kenix. I think he's coming off playing GSC and SPL where he did really well. I think he came up with like 9 wins, had a semifinals tiebreaker victory, and then he also did well in SCL playing SVUU. So like, I think Kenix is another one of like the best players on this site. So very exciting. This is a rematch from 2 years ago in SPL when I was with Nails. He did lose to Kenix, so hopefully he can redeem me when I was helping him out there. That'd be ideal. Our fifth matchup. XCal's trying to play Violman right now. Absurd. It is Big Bad
Good luck.
Serpy. I mean, Serpy probably, like, when you consider Troller taking a step back, like, Serpy might be, like, the best, like, RBYOU player now. Like, the current generation of people who are actively playing in SBL and such. Always a delight to see him play. We're going to see who he's paired up with. Just barely, it is going to be King Bilu. One of the more dangerous people you said in tier 3.
Yeah, I think he is. But Seppi is dangerous as well. So
Of course.
that's their problem. That's their problem.
Now, gonna be exciting. Like I said, like King Bilu, he was someone who he had lost the finals of Plains last year, but then we had to sub somebody in, so he had won like an extra bonus round and came in and went 1-2. I did have to send him back to Plains this past year, unfortunately, but then he just won again. Like it didn't matter. He just won anyway, so he very clearly deserves to be here. We'll see how he matches up against Serpy. Spin again. Next up, we are gonna have looking like Soulwind, one of just the best. Uh, King King Mila goes. I opened stream just to see him playing Serpy, which is really funny. But we do have Soulwind. I'm sure everyone watching knows who Soulwind is. Probably one of the best Spoken players of all time. Plays RBY Invitational. I think this is his third or fourth appearance. Always a treat to see him combine play, and we'll see who he's matched up against.
I think I played Soul Wind in 2013.
Oh, and this is is it gonna? Oh, we just missed playing his mentor round 1, but it is gonna be Shiloh instead. Very close. What do you think of this one?
Well, Shio had a good start in this SPL. So, again, I feel like this is going to be anyone's game. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Shiloh again. I think Shiloh's always kind of he never starts in RBY and SPL, but then one of his teammates like needs to move out of a tier, and then he always ends up playing anyway. He did start off hot, but I remember didn't do too well at the end. But then redeemed himself in RBY World Cup, and has generally done pretty well in this tournament. So going to be another exciting one. Back to tier 1. I mean, your name's still on the board. Running out of names quickly, but it is going to be
Oh,
Amaranth.
my captain.
Third place last year, won the first edition. I mean, he's Amaranth. Everyone knows it very well. He's one of the goats, and he is going to be going up against. It is indeed going to be Enigami. Two of the players who have played in every single edition of RBY Invitational will match up in round 1. How exciting!
Yeah. Is Enigami going to use rap teams?
I
Is
can't.
Amaranth going? Is Amaranth going to counter team Enigami?
Yeah,
This is
Amaranth.
tricky.
Yeah, Amaranth is probably one of the players I respect the most, especially their preparation abilities. I mean, really taught me how to like be an RBY player back in the day. So very excited to see what he's gonna kick up against Enigami because you're right. It's like we've seen a lot of rap, like Dragonair, Victory Bell, etc. So we'll see what we'll see what happens. Amaranth wrote Enigami's introduction last year, and he even mentioned it himself, so he knows it's coming. Very interested to see how he prepares if he just makes sure like he does not lose to Ramp no matter what. Like I think we saw Soul do something similar last year when they played. So very exciting. Now back to tier 2. This will be halfway through after this one. It is going to be Isa, another U.S. Northeast stalwart, one of my good friends. And we're going to see who they're going to take on. M Dragon. A
Wow.
banger.
Yeah. There's not a lot to say about them, Dragon. Isa is doing great lately. He's climbing up. So, yeah, good to see anyone's game once more.
Yeah, Isa finished fourth last year, so one win away from winning money. And I hold Isa in very well regard. I think when he does really slow down and think through plays, he is really one of the best RBY players. But like tough round one, like I mean every matchup's tough, but it is M Dragon. I mean the North Wind, defending Smogon Classic champion. Again, everybody knows who he is, so it's just gonna be a banger. I mean they're all bangers. I'm so excited. I love this tournament. With that, we are halfway through. We are going back to tier 1 to see. I mean, still just so many powerhouses, of course, on the board in every bracket, and it is going to be ABR. Uh, Probably the best Smogon player of all time. Widely considered maybe the second worst, second best at absolute worst, and we'll see who he's taking on. And it is going to be Oak Dion, one of our play-in winners, making their invitational debut. Congratulations, Oak. You made RBY Invitational. Round 1, you're playing ABR. Good luck, have fun, buddy.
Yeah, nice debut again. Well, at least you got the chance to play against ADR, and maybe you're going to beat him.
He just said in the chat, "Give me ABR," and then I mean, he's given ABR. So there you go. Gonna just another banger. I mean, ABR, another U.S. Northeast stalwart, one of the best players of all time. Always gives his best in RBY Invitational. Back-to-back top 8 finishes, so we'll see if he can do even better this year. Oak Dion, good luck. Is it gonna be Lush or P? It is gonna be Peas. I guess pulling Lush here would go crazy. I won't lie. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be Lush. Oh, I think that might be a round 1 highlight right here.
Okay, so this is 2017. I'm young again.
No, I mean, yeah,
I
these
feel
are
obvious.
two Pokemon Perfect legends, two boomers. I mean, you probably know them more than a lot of people. What do you think of this one? I mean, it's incredibly hype.
Well, you know that I don't use diplomacy. I just say what I think, and I feel like Lash is somewhat more into it than Pizzoni. They're both great, all-time greats, so anyone's game, but I'm giving Lash the edge. But I'm also poking at Pizzoni. I want this guy to give his best.
Very exciting. I think that might be, at least so far, a round 1 highlight so far. Very exciting. Spin again. Running out of names, and you're still up there, but it's not going to be you. It is going to be Nicole, who finished runner-up last year to you, and has had a really incredible rise over the last few years. Very exciting.
Yeah, seeing that name makes me anxious. To this bad day.
I mean, she came from the losers bracket, won the first finals best of 5, and then it took all until like round 10, set 2, game 5 to fully eliminate her. We'll see who she's
Mm.
going up against this year. She's played Seatown twice, I believe, in this tournament, so getting him would go crazy. But it is not. It is going to be a very old Pokemon Perfect Boomer, someone who finished 4th place in the original RBY Invitational. That is Diego. What do you think of this?
Well, the others were good. I mean, back then, he sneaked through so many great players, all-time great, so he could win a Master Tournament. I think it was Master Tournament number 16, or maybe a different number, I can't remember, but he definitely got one at a very hard time. So he can play, he's back with some motivations, and Nicole is very active, very good. So again, last year or 10 months ago, whatever it was, he gave me a bad experience. I mean, those games, uh, I haven't watched those games again. Maybe I will sometime soon in the future, you know. But yeah, those games were hard. So I feel like Nicole has the slight edge. Just more active, more into it.
Yeah, Diego has always been someone I've like seen online on Discord, and like I've known they finished fourth place in the first edition, but like all of the years I've hosted it, never really like someone who's been super involved that I could invite. But this year, I mean, they kind of very similar to Kaz and Invitational 3. Just kind of came out of nowhere, at least to me, as someone who's been active and wanted to play. I think he signed up for like RBY trios, but this is his first appearance with me involved. So very excited to see this one as well. I mean, you have Nicole, rising superstar, coming off second place versus Diego, fourth place original edition, one of the all-time greats. We're actually going to stick with tier 1 and tier 3 here, just so we don't have to, because the tier 2 only has 4 players left total. So we're going to spin again. 1 and third, and it looks like it is you.
That's me.
Woohoo! And we'll see who you take on. Albi, Mind Gaming,
Oh,
or C
my
Town.
gaming.
Oh man, I think it's gonna be it. It is gonna be it. Someone you raved about
Oh,
at the beginning as one of the more dangerous tier 3 options is your round 1
mm.
opponent. How does it feel?
Well, this is the invitational. If you want to win this tournament, you have to beat the very best player. So it was going to happen sooner or later. That's how I look at it. This is not what what I wish on me if I want to win the tournament because this is not an easy pairing. But if you want to be a winner, if you want to be a dog, a competitor, this is an occasion to show that you can beat anyone. Like this guy is hard, but you have to beat anyone. That's how I look
Absolutely.
at it.
Very, very well said. So we'll go back to tier 2, and this will end up revealing the next two matchups, of course, since we only have 4 players left. And it looks like it is going to be Blazing Dark, and he is going to take on. Only got 3 options: Larry, Laraxel, and Spies. And it looks like, is it gonna be? It is gonna be Spies. So we have Blazing Dark versus Spies, and then Larry versus Laraxel. How do those two matchups stand out to you?
Oh, Larroxil against Larry is going to be interesting, and Spies against Blazing Dark. Yeah, anyone's game once again. Spies is definitely experienced. Blazing Dark is doing some great things. I feel like he's mostly a Gold Silver Crystal player, and Gold Silver Crystal player do great things when they turn red, blue, yellow. We saw this with Friend of Mr. Golem, and maybe someone else, I can't remember, and Dragon himself. Don Eduardo, obviously. Yeah, so Gold Silver Crystal players do well. I feel like, as far as I can remember, Laroxil is a Gold Silver Crystal player as well. Larry did great last year. Like, everyone is good here.
Yeah.
So,
So now we only have 2 pairings left, 4 names remaining. We'll start here. Is it going to be
oh
Chuba
my
or
god.
Kaz? It
Ooh,
is going to
rather
be
demon.
Chuba. And then we'll see who they get. And that, of course, opens up Kaz for the last matchup. It is going to be Chuba versus Seatown, and then Kaz versus Albi to round out round 1. How do those matchups sound?
Okay, whoever is playing against Chuba is in trouble. Okay, I feel like this year nobody is stopping Chuba and nobody is stopping Serpi. At least one of them is making it to the finals.
There you
So
go. You heard it here.
yeah, I'm sorry, C-Town, no disrespect, but this is not the best year to be paired against Chuba or Serpi. And then Kaz against Albi, two great players. Well, Kaz is a two-time finalist, so you have to give him the head. Albi is doing great things, definitely on the way up, but Kaz is a friend, so I'm going to give him the head.
Yeah, very exciting. Like Chuba, I'm sure he's going to challenge Seatown to like a best of 9. So we'll see if Chuba's even able to bait him into playing at least 5, if not more games in round 1. But I agree. Like Chuba and Serpy, I think some of consistently the best RBY players on the planet over the last few years. And like Chuba made finals. I think 2 years ago. Serpy has a fourth place finish. So I feel like it's very inevitable that one of these players ends up taking it home. We'll see if it's this year. Very exciting. I mean, Kaz, one of the best players in this tournament's history. Albie, another player who won Plains last year, and then unfortunately I had to devote him to Plains again, and then he just won Plains again. Like he very clearly deserves to be here. 8-0 combined over the last 2 years, insane. So very exciting. I mean, this tournament's great. My round one highlight matches. I think maybe in order. I think Septros versus B is very interesting. I know they're pretty good friends. I've played a bunch in the past. Talk a bunch. So that's a really interesting pairing. I think Nails versus Kenix, an SPL rematch from a few years ago. We'll see if Nails is like if he has it or if he's just gonna load up Jinx Storm and Jolteon and see what happens. I think it's really interesting that we have like Serpy versus Bilu and then you versus Mind Gaming, two of the top players in this tournament versus probably the two most dangerous tier 3 players. It'd be very exciting. I mean, you got to talk about Peas versus Lush. I mean, two legends in their own right playing. Nicole versus Diego, I think, is also really interesting. Very Zoomer versus very Boomer. But I mean, like this is the best tournament on the planet. I'm very excited. Any other matchups really stick out to you for round one?
Yeah, there are some matchups that stand out. Uh, Lush against Peas, then Mind Gaming against me, Serp against King Bilu, Don Eduardo against Nails. Yeah, these four matchups, tricky matchups.
Very exciting. We already have a round one game scheduled. Xcal versus Violman will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, so 10 p.m. European time, on a Sunday before the round. Even like that's the day the round officially starts. So that'll be very exciting to see tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining me this year, Marco. Your insights is just so appreciated and just incredible. As like the tier's probably best player of all time. Be sure to check out his YouTube for coverage from last SBL, which is really great. The RBY guide, which he's releasing. He's already released 3 videos. It's been incredible. His team report from last year when he won this tournament was fantastic. But thank you so much for joining us. Check him out. Any last words for our listeners?
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here today. Thanks for watching. This is going to be a great tournament. Thank you again. Every year, this is a great time. I feel like this tournament is underrated. Like when you see things like Twitch plays Pokemon going big, I feel like this tournament deserves that kind of attention.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you so
mean,
much for that. Very appreciated.
I'm not saying this because I'm playing in this tournament. If I wasn't a Red Blue Yellow Virus player, seeing this, that would be super exciting for me,
Yeah, that's the goal.
honestly.
I mean, I want to put on a show, create a very fun environment. I mean, like whenever you have like these many great players, like they deserve to be hyped up. They deserve player introductions, player cards, everything. I mean, I when you're able to get this much talent in one tournament, it deserves everything. But thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys all next video. We'll see if I'm able to stream some of these games. It's always a fun time. But thank you all so much. Thank you, Marco, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.